Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Glen. My name's Glenn and this is my cryptocurrency journey from start to finish, if you like. And yeah, I've been doing this now for about, I would say, 5 to 6 weeks. And I've learned so much in that time. And I would like anyone to maybe who's found this video to go back and maybe watch some of my earlier videos, because if you're new into cryptocurrency, you're probably thinking similar things to what I was talking about or thinking when I started my first video then 5 6 weeks ago. Obviously, if you're sort of more heavily involved into cryptocurrency, you probably watch my videos and think, what's this guy on about? He's an amateur, he doesn't know what he's doing. So please feel free to comment anything that you want to point out or criticise or anything like that, I suppose. But it's now actually Christmas Eve. It's December the 24th. I'm actually going away for 2 weeks, the day after Boxing Day. So it's very unlikely that I'll be able to do videos, especially in this format, for the next 2 weeks, which is a shame because I've become quite addicted to making them. But you'll see something from me, I'm sure. And what I'm hoping to do today is to do a couple of videos, actually record them today, but stagger when they're released onto YouTube while I'm away. Maybe just some sort of tutorial videos of what I've learned so far in the last 6 weeks. So let's get on with what's going on in cryptocurrency today. So today, Bitcoin went down quite a bit. It did go back up to over 15,000. I think it was up to 15,500 at some point yesterday. But I woke up today and it's now 14.2. So it's sort of hovering around the 14 to 15 grand mark now after that huge sort of correction, if you like, some people call it. I was watching a lot of videos describing about what's happening, and a couple of things that people had pointed out, actually, and especially on Twitter, that this is happening now. This is like a pattern. So every few months or so, the price of Bitcoin goes up to a new all-time high and then drops by about, I think it worked out between 20 to 35% drop. And then it just slowly caught back up to where it was before, and then it goes to a new all-time high. So not that that's definitely going to happen this time round, but that is what has happened historically for the last year and a bit, they were saying. And there was loads of graphs and diagrams. It's a shame I didn't have one ready for you, actually. Just showing you how much it's changed. And I might have shared it on my Twitter, actually. Let's have a look. I don't know. Yeah, oh look, here's one. Bitcoin has crashed 30% 6 times in 2017. Each crash has been followed up by an increase of either 67, 237, 183, 165 and 152%. Bitcoin takes 7 steps forward, 2 steps back. 7 steps forward, 2 steps back. Every 2 steps is heralded as the end of Bitcoin. Just relax. This is by Robert Reed. But he's obviously done his homework or research and marks it all out. So every time it's dipped down, it has shot right back up with even stronger results than it had before. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come if that trend keeps continuing, because at the minute we're in, one of these yellow dips. And hopefully then we're going to see another sort of 100% gain. That would be awesome. But to say that's not definitely going to happen, but that's what's happened now several times. And it wasn't just this guy. There was YouTube videos about it and people analysing. I think it was either Bloomberg or CNN. They done a whole article about it, or like mention it on their channel and showed you every time it's dipped. So it's a promising sign, actually. So whereas before, every time Bitcoin went down a bit, I'd be like, oh no, what's going on? Why has it gone down? I was actually really happy about this one. I know it sounds stupid, but at the minute I haven't, you know, if you were thinking, right, I'm going to cash my money out next week, and then all of a sudden it drops, you're like, oh, fuck's sake. But I'm thinking, well, I thought the other way. When it dropped, I said to you guys in my last video, oh, this is the best time to buy. But I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm sort of maxed out now. I bought Envian tokens this month, or in the last couple of weeks. I joined up with Hashflare and spent sort of $1,000 and a bit on them, and I had about £400 in either Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So I actually changed it all back into, well, most of it all back into Bitcoin. I've got some Ethereum as well because I think they're going to go up quite a bit. And then I also bought some more. So I actually spent another £300. So I currently have about £700 in just coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. If I said that 6 weeks ago, I just made it sound like a very basic thing then. In my head, because I'm not investing it in like an ICO or some sort of, like cloud mining or actually mining equipment, I feel like that money's just wasting away. It's just not wasting away, but sitting there not doing anything. Obviously, currently it's going down, but I would... I remember, and if you're new to cryptocurrency, you may think the same. I thought, oh, what's this Bitcoin thing? It keeps going up $1,000 every time I hear about it. I should join in on that because I'm missing out. And I think if you do want to, and someone was asking me this the other day. They said, Glenn, what's this Bitcoin thing about? This was like a friend and family. And I said, oh, it's an online currency, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, they didn't care. Like, so I could see in their face, they're like, oh, right, oh, okay, yeah. So how much am I going to make from it? You know, they didn't care about the technology. They don't care if it's going to succeed or not. They're just thinking, if I put 100 quid into it or 1,000 quid, am I going to become a millionaire at some point? And that's pretty much the question, really, if you cut through all the bullshit that they're trying to ask. Am I going to become rich from this really quickly? And I said to him, I said, look, if you put £1,000 into Bitcoin today, it's my honest belief, and I've mentioned this to you guys several times, it's my honest belief that Bitcoin will be worth at some point, £50,000. Now let's just say it's worth, or in dollars, sorry. So let's just say, let's say it gets back up to 20,000. I said, let's say this time next year it goes up to 40,000. Let's just say, just round it up. You're doubling your money. So if you put £1,000 in it today, this time next year it might be worth £2,000 potentially. But that's what I believe. And they said, "Oh right, yeah. So, what is that it then?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. You're doubling your money in a year. Could go up more than that, I suppose. But anyway, I was talking to them, and that's what they said. And I said to him at the time, I said, "Look, what you want is a lottery ticket. You want the money you're thinking of asking me, should I spend? You want a lottery ticket." And they were going, "Well, why is that?" I went, "Because you're basically saying, Glenn, if I spend a tenner, will I become a millionaire?" You can do that if you buy a lottery ticket and if you win. And on the flip side of that, I also said, well, obviously it all depends if it, does well and it takes off and yada, yada, yada. You have to wait till next year. And they're like, oh, a year? God, that's a long time, isn't it? Go buy a lottery ticket. You'll find out this Saturday if you've won or if you've lost. Done. Book closed. So that's if you're thinking of joining cryptocurrency and becoming a millionaire overnight, then like I say, go and play the lottery, go buy a scratch card. It's not going to happen. But I mean, obviously I've been doing this for 6 weeks. Not saying obviously I'm the best investor in the world. There are investments out there. There are some ICOs. I've seen ICOs now with like 1,000% return, which, if you're putting in £1,000, you could have made, I can't work that out in my head, 10,000 or whatever pounds. So there is money to be made, but it's not the same as winning the lottery, I suppose, because there's about I don't know, there seems to be more and more ICOs joining the market, more tokens, more coins joining this list. So here's a list of all of the coins. If I click view all, you'll see here, so these are the coins here. If I drag down, you can invest in any one of these and they could go up 100% tomorrow. They could go up 100% over 3 or 4 months, or it could go up 1,000% tomorrow. Or they could go down, they could be worth absolutely nothing. So what's there? There's 1,378. So you can see like this one here, face block, that's worth 0.00009 of a dollar. So what's that? That's like 1/100th of 1 penny. So yeah, if you want to make big gains quickly, then the ICOs I think is where it's at, to be honest. But obviously I'm trying to cover myself both ways. I wanna be involved in ICOs, which I have. I've invested in one ICO. I want to invest in a couple of other ones, ideally before I go on holiday. So by the time I get back, either their pre-sale or their crowd sale would have ended, and maybe I could start seeing a return. Maybe try and sell them. Or you can just invest in coins that are already established. I was watching some videos last night about, say, Verge. Verge have been going for a couple of years now. I think that's what they were saying. And that's recently shot right up. So you can see here it's only 26 cents. That's how much it's worth. But it was only worth 0.03 of a cent, so 3 penny. So technically this has gone up 260%, or I can't do the maths in that, but it's in terms of percentage wise, it's gone up loads. You can see here in the last, what's that say? What's this column? 7 days, Verge has gone up 325%. So there is big money to be. Let's actually search in the last 7 days who's the biggest gainer. Bitcent Avo, they've gone up 2,149% in 7 days. So if you'd put £1,000 in that coin, your money now would be worth, I believe, well, 100% would be 2 grand. So then 1,000% would be 10. So that'd be about, I think, if I'm right, £21,500 out of one in 1 week, which is insane. It's absolutely insane. But that's the sort of projects you need to bet on. You need to be placing your bets on these coins here that Verge is up there actually. That's in the top 20 coins. All the rest, obviously, you'd have to look 1,000. Anyway, that's my point I'm trying to make. So you can make loads and loads of money in cryptocurrency very quickly, but then it becomes more like a bingo, a raffle. Unless you do tons and tons of research and you have a belief that you think, do you know what, I believe in what Topaz coin is doing, I think that's going to be really big. You invest your money in, and then guess what? It goes up 645%. Then you could be like, I knew it, I knew it. So obviously I'm investing in Envy, and I believe that they're going to be worth quite a bit. It's my belief that anything to do with accumulating coins at the moment is worth its weight in gold, because you're spending your money today, which is a lot lower than buying a coin itself. So if I was to buy a Bitcoin currently right now, you would be looking at £14,000. But if I could spend maybe £3,000 to mine for a whole Bitcoin, and it took me a year to get there, I've gained one whole Bitcoin, which is £14,000, but I've only spent £3,000 on it. And secondly, what's that coin going to be worth this time next year? It's probably not going to be worth 14,000. It's probably going to be worth more like 40,000. So that's where I'm at. That's my thinking. But you may think differently. You may think mining's a complete waste of time and money. So obviously you might want to invest in a new type of social media, or you might want to invest in a new way of banking, or whatever it is that you believe is the future of blockchain technology. Find something that matches up with that and invest in it. You're going to be more passionate about it. Try not to emotionally buy, because otherwise you end up sort of buying high and selling low, and whatever. But you have to have some sort of interest in it. You can't just, if all you want to do is just chuck some money and say, here Glenn, here's £1,000, make me some money out of cryptocurrency. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll just put it in Bitcoin and just wait a year and you'll make some money. But if you want to make quick money, you got to take big risks. So that's where I'm at with that. Ethereum's, so I went off a complete tangent there. Ethereum is, it's dropped below $700 again, which that was coming back good. I think it got up to $750 at one point. Bitcoin Cash has dropped right down, but saying that, it's still £3,000. When I'm saying these have dipped down, Bitcoin Cash was like 1,200 about a week or two ago, and now I'm saying, oh, it's dropped down to 3,000. You see, when you're checking this every day, it's easy to forget, well, actually, this is where we've come from, and this is where we're at. And there's some images, like some memes that I've seen that have, I think for Litecoin I saw it, and it said, if you can't handle my 30% drops, then you don't deserve my 600% gains. And that's the way you got to think of it. You got to think, right, let's say I bought Ripple at $1. I bought Ripple at $1. When it's worth, say, $3 in 3 months' time or 6 months' time, whatever, when it drops back down to, say, 2.5, you think, oh, fuck, it's gone down half a dollar. Oh, I've lost, 300 quid. You've got to step back and think, well, actually, I bought it at $1. I'm still up $1.50 per coin that I bought. You might have bought like 10,000 of them. So that's just the way you need to think. Sometimes it's easy just to, especially if you're not really involved and you're just checking, to just literally refresh this coin market cap and just look down the side here and be like, oh, Ripple's down 3.5%. It's easy to do that. But when you actually view it in this format, that you view all, when you actually look at it over, say, if you look at Ripple today, you'd say, oh, Ripple's down, it's doing shit. But actually, if you look at it the 7 days, it's up 47%. That's mental. So that's the way you've got to look at this more long term, not like a day-to-day basis. Saying that though, it is very difficult because cryptocurrency is so volatile at the minute. It's just so up and down. It's hard not to get wrapped up in the whole, like, oh, it's dropped down. That's because Bitcoin Cash just announced this, or Visa are doing this, or so it can take over your life, I suppose. Especially as there's so much information. Everyone keeps messaging me saying, Glenn, what do you think about this? And I love that. I think it's great. Please send me more thoughts like that. What do you think about this ICO? For me to actually say, yeah, I think that's good, mate, or no, I think that's crap, I have to sit there and do a good, hour, maybe 2 hours of reading, watching YouTube videos, reviews, other people's opinions, checking out their Twitter, their Instagram. So then when I sit down and do all that and then actually reply back, do you know what, actually, I don't think it's that good because of this. Hello? You alright, can I call you back in like 5 minutes? Yeah. Alright, bye. Phoning me on Christmas Eve. So yeah, it's hard not to get wrapped up in it, and you do just have to look at, personally, when I'd recommend, obviously, when you're getting involved in cryptocurrency, just look into where you started and where it is now, and try and have a more long-term view of things, just because it could go down 10% today, but it could go up 40% tomorrow. So it's really, I would say, if you're, I keep coming back to it, if you are just looking for a quick, I want to make £1 million within the next week, I don't think it's going to happen. But if you want to double your money in a week. That can happen, but you need to take risk. So that's my opinion of it. Let me know what you think down below. So generally, the markets are all, well, it says here in the last hour they're all up, but in the last day, they've all sort of stagnated a little bit. And I think that'll probably happen. Obviously, tomorrow is Christmas Day. I can't imagine loads of people investing money Christmas Day. I can't imagine loads of people doing it Boxing Day, but the day after. So the day after Boxing Day, which is a shame, I'm going on holiday that day, so I reckon it will kick off. I reckon people are going to be talking about it. I reckon people are going to receive Christmas money. I think people are going to sit back and think, do you know what, that's Christmas done now. I've spent all my money on my presents, my food shopping, my alcohol, everything like that. Oh, look, I've got 150 quid left over. Oh, I really want to get into that Bitcoin that my uncle told me about, or my cousin, or my da-da-da-da. I think then we'll see a massive spike. Now, I reckon between Christmas and New Year, and I said this weeks ago, so whether it happens or not, I might be completely wrong. Someone commented on my YouTube video saying, huh, Bitcoin at 20,000, what happened to that? Or huh, whatever. And I thought it was quite a good comment, actually. I really like that. And I have said from the beginning, I think between Christmas and New Year, Bitcoin's going to shoot up. Now, obviously, we've had this dip, this correction, and it's light, and obviously based on that information that I showed you on Twitter, that it generally shoots back up. Obviously, that takes weeks or months or whatever. Obviously, this happened a few days ago, so actually it's in the right time frame of when Bitcoin would normally start going back up anyway, just regardless whether it's Christmas or not. But it's happening in between a time where, you know, people have spent their money now, they're done, and now they're all talking about it. So I just think there's going to be a big, but that's my opinion. I might be completely wrong. Please comment down below saying, Glenn, it's now January the 5th, Bitcoin's still only worth this much, you're a dickhead, ha ha ha. I've got no problem with that. I love being called out because at the end of the day, these are just my thoughts. I've got no way of, you know, predicting that Bitcoin's going to do that. It's just literally my thoughts, what I think is going to happen in my head. So don't take it as financial advice. So as I mentioned, the things that I'm invested in at the minute is Envian. Envian they're now at their $90, 90 cent stage. So they stagnated the discount. So if you got in at day one, you got 30% off. They are supposed to be $1 per token. I got mine for 70 cent per token. If you got them a couple of days after, then it was 80 cent, and now it's 90 cent. So I believe in the next day or two, it's going to be, 4 days, sorry. In the next 4 days, it's going to go up to $1. And between December the 28th all the way to January the 14th, it's going to be $1. Then after January the 14th, then the only way of getting tokens, because any that are not sold by that date, they're going to be burnt. And by burnt, I mean they're not going to generate any more tokens. So whatever tokens have been sold in that time, that's how many there is. So that, I suppose, swings and roundabouts is a good thing, but then also a bad thing. Obviously, it's bad that if they don't hit their target. To me, if I had looked at an ICO and someone said, well, they didn't hit their target, I'd probably, as an initial glance, I'd be like, well, they're underachieving them. But then saying that, they've raised $32 million in the space of 3 or 4 days. So if you look at it like that, you think, well, actually, God, there must be a lot of people that believe in this thing. So maybe I should pay attention. But after then you can sell them. The only way to get more to receive tokens, if you're someone who hasn't got one, you'd have to buy them off someone like me. So I believe then obviously the tokens will go up quite a bit, and even if they go up to maybe $1.50, $2, obviously that means I've probably tripled my money, which I'd be very happy with. But I want to keep hold of the tokens actually until I start receiving dividends. So they're going to be mining. If you haven't watched my videos before, I've gone into more depth of what they do, but they're going to be mining essentially, and whoever's got a token, they get paid a profit of that mining. So the more tokens you have, the more profits you'll receive in dividends every week. They said they're going to pay out every week. So I'll be interested to see, especially in the first few weeks of them actually paying out, how much they're paying out, and then by that I can times that by however many weeks there are in a year, times that by 3 years, and then actually see what I'm going to get. And then obviously I can, what was it? I could times that by what I would receive if I was to sell the token there and then. So either way, unless this company fold or they don't pay people out, then really I suppose I'm not going to lose out, and unless mining becomes worthless, which I don't think it will be. So I'm sort of covered both ways, I suppose. When you're investing in other ICOs where they're like, we're going to develop this website or an app or something like that, it could take years for them to do that. So you're not receiving anything in that meantime. And when that app or the website does go live, you've got hope that it takes off and there isn't 10 others doing it. So mining to me is sort of like a safer bet, because you know you're either going to receive mining profit or, you know. But anyway, that's my opinions on that. So I'm really happy with how Envian are going on here. Of, where was it I saw? They've got all these names on it now. I don't remember seeing them before. All these companies that they're I don't know, associated with or recommended by. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is their dividend prediction chart. They're saying that you should see a return on investment of 161% per year, which when I first looked into Envian, I was like, nah, that's too high. How can they quote that? But actually doing hash mining and looking at, say, Antminer S9s, they do run at that sort of profit, if not more. You know, obviously hash mining at one point when Bitcoin was worth more and the mining weren't so high, the difficulty, sorry, it was running at 300-400%. So 161%, I think, is pretty achievable actually in mining terms. So they're saying that if I was to invest $1,500, which is about what I put in actually, that I should receive after year one, so the first year of investment, 2,400, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. So all in total, over the 5 years, I should have a total profit of 26,000. Now, based on the app on my phone, Delta, and again, I have no idea where they've got these figures from, but let's just have a check, so I haven't checked it for a few days. They're saying that my tokens that I bought from Envian, I don't know if you can see that, Envian, they're saying that they're worth $9.42 a token, which means already out of my, so I've got 2,541 tokens, times that by 9 point, what did it say, 41? I can't remember. That's saying I've got 23,000. So if they went on the market at that sort of price, then I'd be looking at it and thinking, well, do you know what? They're worth 23,000 if I sold the tokens today, or if I stick by their prediction chart of what I should receive in mining profits, 26,000 over the course of 5 years. Obviously, this is looking very attractive. So, but it depends. Obviously, I don't know where. That's the Delta app. If any of you have ever used it, it looks like quite a good app. Yeah, that Delta app there. And I don't know where they got them figures from. I don't know how they've got to that, because currently they're on sale for 90 cents. So how are they saying it's worth $9? I don't know. But I don't know. Someone somewhere must be putting that in. So that's Enviance, that's covered. Really, today's video, I wanted to just cover exactly where I was on Christmas Eve, because obviously I'm not going to probably be able to do a video like this for about 2 weeks. As I just stated before. So it'd be nice for me to come back and rewatch this video and go, oh, because by the time I get back off holiday, which is about the 14th of January, the next day, 1, I'll be able to sell my Envian tokens. 2, obviously, whatever I've got in my hash flare. 3, whatever Bitcoin and Ethereum go up by. And also if I invest in any other ICOs in between now and then. So it'd be nice for me to look back and actually say, oh yeah, I thought Envian would be worth this much by today, and oh yeah, I had this much hash flare. Oh yeah, and Bitcoin was worth that then, because I'm going to forget. So really, it's a little diary entry for me. Genesis Mining, I have an account with them. There is a link down below in my description of my videos, you can use the code. So there's a little code in there, I believe. Yeah, there's a little code in there that you can use, and it gets you something like 3% off. So if you are thinking of the only mining they have available is Monero, if you decide that you do want to get involved in Monero, because that that coin has been performing pretty well, you can just use the code. There you go. Join Genesis Mining. There's the link to go to their website, and there's the code. You want to copy and paste that and put it into redeem code or whatever it is when you go to the checkout, and then you get 3% off whatever it is that you're buying. So I've got Monero currently mining for that. I did only buy 60 hashes worth. As someone used my code, and I've set it on the settings that I receive extra hash power. So one day I woke up and all of a sudden then I had 85 hashes. But the only ones that you can buy at the minute are Monero. But let's have a little look if Monero is actually profitable or not. So we'll go to Coin Wars, and we want mining calculators. This is a really good website, Coin Wars, spelt with a Z.com. They have loads of calculators that work out. It automatically puts in how much the coin's worth, automatically puts in how difficult it is to mine that type of coin. So really all you need to put in how much it costs you to mine, and then it works out how profitable it is. If you can find the coin, which I'm struggling with. Let me see there, Monero. Don't know what that error message means. So no power costs, block rewards, no power usage, hash rate. I've got, what did I say, 85 hashes. Pool fees, they take, no, it's 0 with them. So with Monero, unlike Bitcoin, you get charged no maintenance or pool fees. So it doesn't cost anything that way. That cost me originally about $60 US. Let's calculate that. So it's saying it will be 205 days to break even. So you're talking, that's pretty much half a year. So say 6 to 6.5 months to break even if the price of the coin stays as it is and the difficulty stays as it is. But that's saying out of my $60, I should be earning 30 cents a day, $2 a week, $8 a month, and $106. So it's not double, but it's 1.5 times your money, or it's 50% of your money. So it is profitable based on today's figures, but that could go either way. Monero could go up in price, which means it's even more profitable, or it could go down in price, which means it's less, and the same with the difficulty. So always bear that in mind when you're mining. So that's Genesis Mining. I believe at some point they are going to have Bitcoin contracts come back on sale, but the last lot that were available to buy to the public were for your pre-ordering mining power for February time. So I believe the next lot that become available, probably January time, you'll be buying it for March, maybe April. That's my opinion. So you could buy that, but then your money's not doing anything for 4 months, but then you would have a lifetime contract with Genesis Mining, as long as they stick to their word, for them to mine for you for Bitcoin. But currently, if you want to start mining today, then Monero's your only option. I did buy some Ether, but a very small amount, and that's a 2-year contract as well, I believe. Let's have a little look at my... Let's have a look at payouts. I need to set a Monero wallet up. I haven't got a Monero wallet at all, so my money's just been accumulated in Genesis Mining actually. So I need to put a wallet in there so I can maybe withdraw these once I've hit a certain amount. So yeah, not earning very much money, but at the time that was the only thing available to me. And if you go back and watch my videos, even though I got a small contract out, I was like, yeah, I think I even did a video saying, yes, I'm finally mining with Genesis. But it was this Monero contract. That's the only thing they had available to me, which then led me on to looking elsewhere. Where else can I mine? I want to get some Bitcoin or Ethereum. They're the main two that I would like. And that led me to looking into loads of different mining websites. Some of them I thought were scams. Any mining websites that start quoting you, oh, we pay 1% interest, Ponzi scheme. If any of them don't show you their actual mining equipment, their setup, probably a Ponzi scheme. Anywhere you have to buy packs, I believe are Ponzi schemes. I have seen some actually where you actually just rent other people's machines. So say if I've got this laptop and I left it mining all day long, I could rent that time to you and you could pay. So there's websites like that, but the ones I've seen haven't been set up very well. I don't know how reliable they are, how it works, you know. So I have not gone near them. The one that I did go for, and as you guys will know if you've watched my videos, is Hashflare. So I've got a Hashflare account, and it's kicked me out, which is convenient. Sorry, my nose is getting all plugged up. And I've been very happy. They had Bitcoin mining available to me, which is fantastic because no one else did. So I'm happy with that. I did loads of homework. I checked all their Instagram, their Twitter. I watched other YouTubers to see if they were actually getting paid out and how long they've been doing it for. And a guy called Life of Adam, he's been following them for about a year and a half, and he's done videos where he's like, do you know what, I'm going to leave Hashflare because they've said this or they've done that or whatever. But then he's gone back to them, and you know, he was with Hashflare when Genesis mining contracts were available, but he obviously believed in this platform more. So it just made me obviously feel more reassured because I watched these videos for, oh, do you know what? If he's been doing it for a year, what are the chances of me joining them? And then a month later, they've, you know, gone bust or they've been hacked, and all the money's been withdrawn. So that could still happen, but so far I've been pretty happy. Every day I get paid. I check my balance every morning now, and every morning I've got normally 0.002 something of a Bitcoin. But I want to build that up even more. So I've just been reinvesting it. So if you haven't been watching my videos, I invested money into Hashflare, $1,650. I bought 11 terahashes, and they have this option where if you want to, you can just click reinvest. So that means all the Bitcoin that you mined from the previous day, it searches how much you've got and how much more hash power you can buy with that amount. So you can see this chart here, this graph. So say I've got, there you go, 0.002 of a Bitcoin. It will buy 130 gigahashes for me. So sometimes I wake up and I've still got the same amount of Bitcoin there, but my hash power has just gone up. So you can see here I've currently got 17.41 terahashes, which means it's more powerful now than a Antminer S9. That's the other option I was going to look at. Again, if you've been watching my videos, they run at sort of 12.5 to 14.5, depending on how overclocked you want to do them. But this now I'm running at 17.4, so it's like I've got 1.5 Antminer S9s running for me, but not at my house. I would still like to get hold of an Antminer, but they're just, the prices of them are so high that this seemed like a more attractive option at the time. It actually went down. I was earning about $42 a day. Now I'm only earning $30 a day. That's because the difficulty went up and the Bitcoin price has gone down. So if it goes back up, that will go back up. But currently I'm only earning $30 a day. But even at that, it's still a very profitable contract. If you do if you can have access to your calculator, if you do $30 times 365 days of the year, that's 10,950. Let's minus off my 1,650. It means I'm running at a profit, even with the low, with the high difficulty and the low Bitcoin price. I'm still running at $9,300 profit for 1 year. So that is awesome. Some people, that is, you're talking like almost a wage. It says here that a month I'm going to earn $916. But again, I'm just reinvesting it all. So actually, I'm not actually getting anything. I'm not earning any money. But the amount of Bitcoin that I'm mining every day is going up. And to me, that's the most important thing. Accumulating more Bitcoin. I don't want US dollars. US dollars are no good to me. British pounds are no good to me right now. I want Bitcoin. I want more Bitcoin. So the amount it is mining every day is going up. So to me, that is, that's exactly what I want. So it's going well. It says here that within a year, I'm actually mining about 0.79. Now, if I can get that to one whole Bitcoin, that means I'm mining a Bitcoin in 1 year. So in 1 year, my $1,650 that I've put in has bought me one whole Bitcoin, which currently is worth £14,000, potentially worth up to £50,000 in a year or 2 years' time from 1,600. That's my way of thinking. That's my tunnel vision that I've got at the moment. In terms of the difficulty, I showed you guys this website. Sorry, I keep flipping my face around. I showed you this website called Bitcoin Wisdom, but they predicted that the next estimated difficulty would be minus 16%. It would actually go down. But since then, they haven't updated. It still shows the last update was December the 6th. So I thought, oh, that's a bit shit. And they're saying that the difficulty went down, or they predicted it was going to go down. But in the end, I looked for a different website. I found this one, which was quite interesting, and it shows you a graph, and it's really up to date. They're saying that the difficulty is, where is it? On that website, it was 1.59. Now we're at 1.8 something. Can't find it now. I had it all here. But they're saying that the next difficulty is only going to go up. They estimate 0.89%. So it's going to stay what it is. So hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, Bitcoin price will go up and obviously counteract the difficulty upness that it went up last time, or the last 2 times. And the Bitcoin price will surpass the difficulty, therefore making it very profitable to mine again. And that is where I'm at as of the 24th of December 2017. I've been doing these YouTube videos now for about a month to 6 weeks, but I will tell you the exact date in a second. And I feel like I've learned so much. There's so much knowledge, and I've barely scratched the surface, and that's the scary thing. I've put in hundreds of hours in those 5 weeks into cryptocurrency, and I've barely touched the surface. So I published my first video on November the 13th. So today is December the 24th, so that's 1 month and 11 days. So what's that? That is, let's say 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, I've learned so much, and there's so much more I need to learn. So if you want to join me on this journey, please subscribe down below. There's a little coin that you can click here to subscribe, or the red subscribe button down below. If you click the little bell, it gives you notifications of when I next. So once you click this red button, see that bell there, you click that, and now whenever I upload a video, you'll get an actual ping on your phone or your computer saying Glenn has just uploaded a new video. I won't subscribe to this person because I don't know who they are. Don't forget to give this video a like. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all at BitGlen. And someone asked me the other day, Glenn, how do you find your Telegram? I believe it's just glen. I've only got the app on my phone. I don't think you can access a website to actually copy and paste the URL. I've just got an app on my phone, and I've just created a channel called glen on there, and I believe anyone can join it, but I don't know, sorry, I'm not an expert with Telegram. And that's it from me, guys, really, today. Please let me know of any ICOs that you've got on the horizon that you're thinking of getting. If there's anything in my videos that you do or don't agree with, you know, I'd love to hear any of your feedback. I will be in Florida for the next 2 weeks, and I'll have internet on my phone, so I'll still be reading all your Facebook messages, I'll still be reading your Twitters, I'll still be checking Instagram, and I will be trying to reply back to all the comments on YouTube. I think as of right now, I'm all up to date with my community. And I want to say, actually, I was going to do a separate video on this. I say that every video. I want to say a big, big thank you to every single person that has subscribed to me, who has commented, who has liked. When I set up this channel, and I said it from day one, I've said it so many times, I was saying, hopefully I can get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. And to me, that was a really... that was a good goal to set. When you set up a YouTube channel, they say that it takes about a year to get your first 100 subscribers, and then it's easier to get to 200 because you've already got 100 watching and sharing and liking. I've gone in 6 weeks, I've gone from 0 to 409 subscribers. Now, I did not share this channel with any of my friends, any of my family. My wife isn't subscribed to my channel, my son isn't, and the reason I did that was because, one, I didn't think they'd find it very interesting, and who, you know, if you know me, you can just ring me up and say, Glenn, what's this Bitcoin thing about? So I haven't got any friends or family on this channel as far as I know. All 409 people that have subscribed to me as of this moment are just all from the cryptocurrency world, so I thank you so much. I did do $100 worth of Bitcoin giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers, just because for me, psychologically, 100 subscribers, because it's so hard to get to 100, because you're starting from nothing, like absolute nothing, no marketing, no advertising, no one's helping you, there's no collaborations with other people, yada yada yada. It's really hard to get to 100. I've got to 400, so thank you so much. I can't get over. It just makes it seem like when I'm doing these videos and my wife and kids are like, Dad, why are you sitting there talking to your laptop? It makes me say, well, look, people are watching. Someone out there is watching. I've got 409 subscribers. And they're starting to believe, oh, okay, maybe what he is doing is worth it. And maybe he's, you know. So I thank you so much for that. All my views on all my videos. I did just think... oh, I've just got tons of people now looking at my videos to see if I'm giving away free money like I did in the last one. So I thought my subscribers would dramatically drop after I announced who won the $100, which I believe was... when did I do it? It was about a week ago. Oh, that's when I did the $100 giveaway, and my subscribers from that day just shot up, and I got 450 views. So a week from that would have been around here somewhere. And in that, oh yeah, Bitcoin winner. So that one got 1,000 views. So that was a lot of people just checking to see if they'd won it. But then since then, my views have still been regularly high. 250, 400, 500, 150. That was last night's video. So again, thank you so much for all of that. People are still watching, tuning in, commenting, liking and everything. Sorry this video has been so long. But this is, I'm going to come back and watch this video when I come back off holiday in 2 weeks time. So I just wanted to recap where I am. And even this YouTube channel, obviously I'm sitting here saying thank you for 400. I might come back off holiday and I've got 750 and I'll be like, oh my God, it's gone up that much in, you know. which I'd love that to happen, but we'll see. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video. I'm going to try and record a couple of videos today because I'm not going to do any tomorrow. I'm not going to do any Boxing Day, and then I actually fly the day after. So I'm going to try and record 2 or 3 videos, just short ones, maybe sort of how-to videos for people that are new to cryptocurrency, and I'm going to stagger their release over the next few days. So you may still see content from me for the next few days to a week. But then there will be a period where you may be thinking, oh, why is Glenn not uploading anything? It's because I'm on holiday. But as soon as I get back, we'll get back straight into it, and I'll show you how my accounts are all going and what's going to... The main thing is what happens with Envian, because whatever happens with Envian, if they do go up in price dramatically, if I cash them out, I'm going to be able to put that money into something else, whether that's buying an Antminer S9, whether that's upgrade my Hashflare, whether to keep Envian and receive weekly payouts. So it's all very exciting for me, exciting times, and hopefully that comes out in the videos for you guys, and you can follow me on that journey as well. So see you later, guys, and thank you very much for all your support. Merry Christmas. Bye.